no idea what I was videoing.
She loves it, eh?
Because I was laughing, so I'm not sure I was holding it straight.
It's giving the old Ram a bit of a testing out here with the 200 today, and doing this few little things, and we're just trying this King suspension out, just flogging it near the sand. It's definitely awesome. So on this video today, we're just showing the difference between, this is our daily driver, Ram 1500, 2020 model DS. We've got King's remote res 2.0s in it, and our car is not a shopping trolley. We use it for, this is what we use it for. This is, we go pig shooting, hunting, fishing. We live in North Queensland, Australia, and this is our daily car, but we expect our car to do this. Not the flog it like we just did, but there was just a bit of a test to try it. And they talk about the width of the car in Australia compared to the 200 and everything, and there's no different. That 200 there that belongs to our son, that was our car for, how many years do we have that? 8 years, and we do this all the time. This is our driver, this is how we do it, so this is what we use it for. We bought this car for this as well, because we tow 4.5 ton, and I also want to do it this one. So I'm put the good suspension, we're getting a canopy and everything built for the car, and this is just daily touring. So we have found nowhere that this car has not proved to be exactly the same as a 200, and sometimes has been better. Nowhere have we found a disadvantage to this car already. Just driving through the bush, on the river, full driving. Suspension's very good for what it is, and that 200, it's got BP51 Zalman Emu. That has been perfect for us, and they didn't make that for this, so we went to the Kings, which I'm very happy with. And saying back again about it today, this Ram has nowhere near been a hindrance or anywhere in the bush, full driving through the tight trees, through nothing, compared to that 200 series there. Nowhere. So we're going to do more videos and better stuff and a bit of hill climbs, whatever we can find today, and I'll make a little video and for everyone. Thanks. Easy to select. So shift in progress, away you go. Look, this is low range. So that's low range. That's how low idle is, very low gear. No throttle needed. There's a lot lower ratio than the 200 at idle like this. The 200 is actually quite faster. just does a lot slower. We haven't let the tyres down, didn't enough of that. More than enough power. Power and full drive is awesome. It just instant response. We're both running the same tyres here. Both got KM3 muddies and both pumped up to 40 odd PSI. So what do we reckon? We light these pair up. We'll just start up again in a drag race. Both in low range. What do you reckon we light these bad boys up? You in low range? Put her in low range.
You'll blow me out low range.
Doesn't matter, we want to make it fair. So we're running the same tyres, KM3s. I've got no weight, he's got no weight in the back of that. He's took all his drawers out, so this both cars are. When you're ready.
3, 2, 1, go.
Have a look where he is. Look at that. Just gone. Not even in the same class. He gets that fine. There you go. Look where he is. So as you've seen, the 200s hasn't got many gears and it runs out of legs and low range quick. So we're both going to select high range now, four-wheel drive, and we're just going to go through here now and we'll try the same bit of a four-wheel drive test just down through the sand, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. So, righto, you do the count. Righto, ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Video now. There he comes, gone. Yeah, nice. There he comes. So,
And the 200 series was a good car in the sand. It was.
200 really loves it in the sand. That is a very capable car in the sand. We're always impressed in the sand how good it was, but
it shows you the capability of the Ram.
so you can see this thing here. Look, soft sand right in front of us. High range, we're in here. Just power to burn. Tyre, I think I said before 40, but I probably got 35 PSI in the tyres. Haven't let them down. This is soft river sand. So the video we're doing today is just like people misconception about they're not a good four-wheel drive, or they're not, like, you know, we've found nowhere has it failed us yet and let us down. If anything, it's actually a standout. It does a lot of things better. We don't know about the long term. We're not saying that. We're just talking about what we're doing, this type of thing. So. A bit of a swim here, and So here he just drove up the tree, the wheel. She went to the stop there. So this 200 has Allman hemi suspension with superior engineer and upper control arms. So just going to video now driving up same spot. See if we can do it better on that.
That's probably just because your wheel didn't dig into that hole, so it drove up a little bit. It went from there, my fault was there, and
So
you
there we
probably got
go.
to there.
And we went a little bit further forward. And we'll look here, you can see the difference in the wheelbase between the rim and where the wagon spun. So sometimes disadvantage or advantage could be if that's where cars are normally being spinning and made a four-wheel hole, the ram a little bit longer could possibly go through it, or it could get hung up in it as well. So yeah, so I did idle up a little bit further. So yesterday, it's the next day, we come home today. Yesterday we went out, as you would have seen, watched on the video. This is just a final review on what we found yesterday driving. We took the 200s out, which is what you see in the video, and the Ram, and everything we did yesterday in this car was just the same. We found a few spots better, a few little spots, I wouldn't say worse, but equal to. The extra wheelbase was something that, up on a bit of the hill climbs and a few little things we did, but I didn't video it all yesterday. Just how it is, we can do it some later. Some of the hill climbs, the Ram actually tackles it better for the bit better, longer wheelbase. And then over the obstacles, like the few rocky stuff and that, the wagon with the shorter wheelbase is a bit better, you know, just climbs up and over it. So things like that. The power wise, far as acceleration from the bottom of the hill, you know, just shooting straight up. The Ram has it over the wagon. The instant power that when you floor it from a standing start to across sand or anything like that, the 200 just does not have what this has. It is like, I've owned the 200. I'm not rubbishing it by no means. It's one of the best cars we've ever owned. But you know, we compared both cars yesterday. This is not hardcore four-wheel drive. This is what you just expect to be a four-wheel drive to do, as well as a daily driver. And put it through. I'll probably put this car through more than most people ever will. I buy a car for a purpose, not for a show pony. It has to have a thing. That's why I didn't put a hoop bar on it. I didn't put a hoop bar with a little LED lights. It's not practical for me. We drive out across Australia, and you know, kangaroos are this bloody big when you're looking at the size of it, and a hoop bar protection through that. If that has to go through that radiator or goes into and damages that front panel or whatever it may be, that's the trip done. Like, this might be bent up still as well. It's not the strongest bar, but it might be bent up, but it's still got better protection for what I need it for. And then a hoop bar for show pony cosmetics. It has to be designed. With the ARB bar, you can't see the bar at all looking in the vehicle. So once I get the aerial, still putting this car together, just piece by piece. As everyone knows, money does not grow on trees, so it's piece by piece when we're doing it. Put the Steedy lights on it, the Type X Pros. They are absolutely awesome. The reason I had these is we had them on the 200. Maddie wanted to change the ideas, so I put those there because there is a little bit of it when you put these directly up the road. There was a little bit of a, I'm only being picky here, a little bit of a dark spot. Don't even know what size they are. I think they're what he said, the 8-inch or something. Can't remember what he said they were. And the smaller ones, which I had on the 200 mounted here, looking out on the angle, and so it didn't fill in the dark spot. So on the 200, so I put those there, and these here I put these this way, so I can actually just take them off the road at the perfect angle, but so there's no dark spot between that light, what was there, and this one. So it fits in there quite neat. Looks quite well. And yeah, because when we do night driving, out across the territory, up on the dirt roads and whatever, and you know, we don't do much like into the late night, but sometimes we go through the bush and looking for turn-offs and that where we got to find, and so and hunting as well. We're into the hunting. Yeah, going back to the car, it's these are 305 tyres, which 305 mud terrains. They do rub. I just bought them without checking. They do rub on the sway bar at full lock. Very hard full lock. It's just touches, but I'll be changing these tyres. I just put them on when I bought the car. Just said put them on. I'll be going to, I had a look at something the other day. I think they were a 295, 60 or something. And the profile's a lot better here. A little bit narrow, but it's a lot more tyre, which is what I want. So the standard ones just weren't going to work, so I had to get rid of them before I even picked the car up. I would have put something through them on the first day. And we're getting a full chassis canopy built from GDP Metalworks in Mackay. Check him out. He's flat out 6 months wait, but it's going to be worth it. He does extraordinary work, and also he builds it to he builds the canopy to exactly what I wanted. So what he's doing is, I want the toolboxes this angle, this high. He's got heaps of templates cut out, so we just did that, and I wanted to tuck it up here, and I'll do some few things there, and he's just helpful, just doing everything, willing to do the whole thing. So that's what we're getting done, and it started getting built at the moment, and yeah, because he's starting to build it, and so in another month or so it should be ready. So yesterday, going back to the car, there's nowhere that this car and that 200 aren't equal in bushwork, driving, fuel economy. The best I can get out of this is 10. I can get 10 litres to the 100, bit over 10, like 10.5 or something. That's the best I've got out of it. I've never had that out of that landcruiser since I've owned that car. But towing, an average on this car on 10,000 Ks, I've left it on the average. So I'm getting 14 litres average. That is towing that boat. Yeah, that's 1.7 tonne with the trailer I built. 1.7 tonne empty. This trailer's solid steel, everything. So that's 1.7 tonne. That's empty. When I fill it up, it goes about 2.5. That's our camping trailer. So that is our camping trailer. That's what we load all gear in. I don't fill up the back of the car. I've lived out of a wagon for 20 years. So that is our camping trailer. And we fill that to the brim full of gear. And I tell you this is 4.2 tonne. And when I fill it up, it is 4.5 tonne. Yes, I did tow the landcruiser, but I didn't weigh it. I just towed it because they told me it was 3.5 tonne. And then I finally weighed it, and it was after I bought that car, and I was shocked. And I can tell you, 4.2 tonne is a lot of weight to tow, and it is not, you have to drive it respectively. You can't, you just sit on 100 on the highway, 80 Ks an hour on a rougher road. It is a lot of weight behind a vehicle. So, very happy with this car. You know, I can imagine when I fully loaded up with that little boat, towing across the territory, across the hot place, you know, it's going to get me 21s, 22 litres, the 100, exactly the same as the Land Cruiser does. If you probably push it and be silly with it, it's obviously going to drink some more. But I'm telling you now, the fuel economy between that 5.7 Hemi and that 4.5 Land Cruiser V8 is not much difference, if not at all. If not, this is better empty. And it has got the 400 horsepower nearly that it has is seriously stupid. It has got a lot of power. No tune necessary. No, nothing. Just drive it like this. So for everyone out there who thinks there's a difference, I'm putting all my cars through the test, and we'll be doing it. So hope this is some form of video to you. And when we get the canopy and the chassis canopy, we'll be doing a hell of a lot more bushwork with both cars to see what we can do all set up. So stay tuned. Thanks.